In this video, we will demonstrate how to run SecuCheck using its command line tool. To show some of SecuCheck CMD features, we will use a demo project, which is a Spring Model View Controller to-do list application that allows users to create, edit, and delete tasks. Not only can SecuCheck be used as an IDE plugin, it can also be executed from the command line. In order to do this, we need to download the SecuCheck CMD jar file from the SecuCheck repository on GitHub. From the most recent release, we download the SecuCheck CMD jar file and save it to a new directory that we will use as our working directory. Before we can run SecuCheck CMD, we need to create a YAML file in our working directory that will store the analysis configuration. The configuration file contains the following keys: a class path, the class path of the project that we wish to analyze; entry points, the entry points to be used in the analysis. If we want to use all classes in the provided class path, we can leave the value for the entry points key empty. We can also list specific entry points by preceding the class fully qualified name with a hyphen. Spec path, the path of the directory that contains the Fluent TQL specifications compiled as jar files. Selected specs, the Fluent TQL specifications that should be used by the analysis. We can explicitly list the specifications that should be used by preceding the specification's name with a hyphen. If the value for this key is left empty, all specifications in the directory provided for spec path will be used by the analysis. As spec file is a Boolean value that indicates whether the arguments provided for selected specs are provided as specification files or TainFlow query IDs. To configure the specifications used in the TainFlow query ID, we set this key to false. Otherwise, true indicates that the specification file names are provided. Solver, the analysis solver that should be used. The available options are Boomerang 3 or FlowJoy. Is post process result is a Boolean value that indicates whether or not SecuCheck CMD should post process the result. When we set it to true, SecuCheck performs additional processing and provides a result as an object. We will save the configuration file as settings.yml in our working directory. Now that the configuration file is populated with the necessary settings, we can proceed to run SecuCheck CMD. Let's now run SecuCheck CMD for the first time in our working directory with the following command. The command executed successfully, and we are provided with a list of available options for SecuCheck CMD. The information is divided into two columns. The first column outlines the option name, both the short and long name, and the second column contains a description of the command. Now that we know what commands are available, we can write a command to analyze our source code. We will use the following commands. This command indicates that we are using the YAML file that we created in our working directory settings.yml as our SecuCheck CMD configuration file. The results of the analysis will be saved to the SQL demo analysis directory. The directory needs to exist before running the command. Finally, the analysis results will be saved to a file called SQL demo result. When we run the command, the progress of the analysis is logged to the console. After the analysis completes, the results are written to the specified output directory, SQL demo analysis. SecuCheck CMD generated two files in the output directory. A YAML file that provides a summary of the analysis results and settings. For example, there's information about the analysis runtime, which includes the start, end, and total time in milliseconds and milliseconds, as well as the number of results found. We see the number of seeds and the TainFlows that were found, and we also see the settings that were used to run the analysis. A JSON file which contains the analysis output written in serif format is also provided. Serif is an abbreviation for Static Analysis Results Interchange Format, which is a standard JSON-based format for the output of static analysis tools. When we open the JSON file, we see metadata about SecuCheck in the tool property, and also the results of the analysis are provided in the results property. We have demonstrated how to use SecuCheck CMD to analyze a project, and we have also seen how to interpret the results returned by the tool. More information about running SecuCheck CMD can be found in SecuCheck's documentation on GitHub.